What if Avengers Doomsday isn't about saving the world, but about saving children who can rewrite reality itself? And what if the so-called villain is the only one brave enough to challenge fate? I cracked Dr. Doom's true mission from all 4 Avengers Doomsday Trailers. Welcome back to MovieCast. This is Liam Harrison, and today we're stepping into a theory that changes how you'll see Avengers Doomsday forever. This isn't just another Avengers breakdown filled with explosions, multiversal chaos, and CGI armies. This is a story hiding in plain sight, woven quietly through trailers, dialogue leaks, and emotional callbacks that most fans are overlooking. From the very first trailer, Marvel begins whispering a theme so subtle yet so powerful that once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Children, not as background details, not as emotional props, but as the core of everything. Avengers Doomsday is shaping up to be a story about legacy, loss, and the terrifying power of the next generation. And at the center of it all stands Dr. Doom, not as a conqueror, but as a grieving father trying to defy destiny itself. To understand this, we have to go back to where it all begins. Not with Doom, not with a battle, but with a quiet life that was never meant to last. The first trailer of Avengers Doomsday does something unexpected. Instead of chaos, it opens with stillness. Instead of a looming threat, it gives us peace. Steve Rogers, no shield, no uniform, living the life Endgame promised him. This trailer is drenched in callbacks to his final decision, choosing Peggy, choosing a family, choosing time over duty. And then comes the moment that shifts everything. A child. Steve's child. Not shown dramatically, not announced loudly, but framed with intention. Marvel wants us to notice. This isn't fan service. This is a signal. Avengers Doomsday doesn't begin with an attack on the Avengers. It begins with an attack on what they built after the war. Steve's entire arc was about sacrifice, giving up a normal life for the greater good. Endgame flipped that. It allowed him happiness. So, narratively, the most devastating way to start Doomsday isn't killing Steve or dragging him back into battle. It's threatening the one thing he fought his entire life to protect, a future. His child represents more than bloodline. It represents the timeline Steve chose. And if Doom can reach that, then no victory in Endgame truly mattered. That's when the unsettling realization kicks in. Doom isn't hunting heroes. He's hunting their legacies. As the story unfolds, we begin to see that Steve's child isn't just emotionally important. The implications run deeper. Steve Rogers is a man displaced in time, altered by science, stabilized by a serum that defied natural evolution. If that legacy passes genetically, what does that mean? A child born from a man who doesn't belong to his own era, raised in a timeline already altered by time travel. This child isn't just Steve's son or daughter. This child is a living paradox, a bridge between timelines. Doom doesn't need Infinity Stones when reality itself is already fragile. Steve's child could be proof that timelines can merge, stabilize, or even overwrite each other. And suddenly, Doom's interest feels less malicious and more calculated. If you wanted to fix a broken multiverse permanently, where would you look? Not at gods, not at soldiers, but at children born from impossible circumstances. The trailer never shows Doom directly threatening Steve. Instead, it shows Steve afraid. That's new. This is a man who stood against Thanos without flinching. Fear only appears when something truly irreplaceable is at stake. And this fear sets the tone. Doomsday isn't about who can punch harder. It's about who can protect what comes next. Then comes the second trailer, and the emotional shift is immediate. Thor, once the loudest, proudest god in the room, now reduced to a broken voice speaking into the void. The leaked dialogue isn't about war. It isn't about revenge. It's a prayer. Thor speaks to his father not as a king, but as a child begging for time. And that's where most people misinterpret the moment. Many assume he's talking about Jane Foster, reopening old wounds, reliving past loss. But that chapter of Thor's life has already closed. Jane's death was tragic, but it came with acceptance. Thor grieved. He healed. He moved forward. Love and Thunder wasn't about Jane. It was about love. The daughter of Gorr, adopted by Thor, representing something Thor had never truly held onto before. A future that didn't end in loss. Love isn't just a child. She's living cosmic energy. A being born from eternity itself. If Doom is targeting children who can alter reality, love isn't just on the list. She's at the top of it. Thor's prayer makes sense only if love is gone, or dying, or taken. He isn't asking for strength. He isn't asking for victory. He's asking for time. Time is the one thing Thor has never been able to protect. Thor's journey has always been about loss. Mother, father, brother, friends, home. Each movie strips something away. Love and Thunder finally gives him something instead of taking it. So narratively, Doom taking love away isn't cruelty for shock value. It's a thematic continuation. Thor's plea suggests he knows something we don't yet. He knows that what's happening can't be fought with lightning. If love is unraveling, if her existence is being rewritten, then even a god is powerless. Doom doesn't need to kill her. He just needs to remove her from the equation. And that's worse, because death is final. Removal is reversible. Doom doesn't want destruction. He wants correction. Thor begging to see love one last time implies finality, but not violence. Something cosmic is pulling her away. Something surgical. Something deliberate. And Doom is standing at the center of it, not as a butcher, but as an architect trying to rebuild a universe that failed him first. That brings us to the third trailer, the one we haven't seen yet, but can already feel coming. The Doctor Doom trailer won't open with armies or monologues about power. It will open with silence, with loss. Doom has always been portrayed as ego, intellect, and ambition. But Marvel doesn't spend this much time building emotional parallels without payoff. If Steve represents the father who finally got peace, and Thor represents the father terrified of losing it, then Doom represents the father who already lost everything. This version of Doom likely had a family, a wife, a child. And unlike the Avengers, he didn't have the luxury of time travel, infinity stones, or second chances. A multiversal collapse. A cosmic imbalance, a reality correction, something erased them, and Doom survived. Not because he was meant to, but because he refused to accept a universe where parents are punished for loving. Doom isn't chasing godhood, he's chasing reversal. His grief isn't loud like Thanos' crusade. It's quiet, obsessive, methodical. Every calculation, every incursion, every child he targets is part of a larger equation. Doom believes reality itself is flawed. And like any brilliant man, he believes it can be fixed, even if the cost is terrifying. When you align all three narratives, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Steve's child exists because time was bent. Love exists because eternity was touched. Doom's child no longer exists because reality chose order over compassion. These aren't random tragedies. They are consequences of a universe held together by fragile rules. And Doom has decided those rules are unacceptable. He isn't targeting children because they're weak. He's targeting them because they're pure variables. They haven't settled into fate yet. They haven't chosen paths. Children are potential incarnate. And in the Marvel Universe, potential is power. Franklin Richards already established this idea. Reality-shaping abilities manifesting in childhood before the universe can cage them. Doom reaching Franklin and Fantastic Four, first steps, isn't coincidence. It's the beginning of a collection, not an army. A future. Doom is gathering beings who can rewrite existence without understanding fear. Because fear is learned. Loss is learned. Doom wants a universe where those lessons never exist. The final trailer will be where everything collides. Not with exposition, but with revelation. We'll see flashes of Steve holding his child tighter, Thor standing helpless as love fades into light, Doom staring at a memory he can't let go of. And then the truth will surface. Doom isn't trying to rule the multiverse. He's trying to collapse it into one perfect timeline. One reality where no child is taken, where no parent buries the future, where choice replaces chaos. To the Avengers, this is annihilation. To Doom, it's mercy. And that's what makes Avengers Doomsday dangerous. There is no clear villain, only opposing beliefs. Do you protect the freedom of an imperfect universe? Or do you sacrifice everything to build a painless one? Steve fought for freedom. Thor fights for love. Doom fights for certainty. And the children stand at the center of that war, not as victims, but as the key to deciding what existence should be. By the time the climax hits, the audience won't be asking who wins the final battle. They'll be asking who's right. Steve may have to choose between protecting his child and protecting time itself. Thor may have to let love go to prevent a rewritten reality. Doom may finally face the truth that even perfect worlds can't replace what was lost. And that's why Avengers Doomsday could become the most emotional Avengers film ever made. Not because of spectacle, but because it dares to ask whether destiny deserves to exist at all. If this theory holds even partially true, Doomsday won't end with victory. It will end with a choice that reshapes the Marvel Universe forever. If this breakdown changed how you see Avengers Doomsday, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to MovieCast for more deep theories like this. This is Liam Harrison, and I'll see you in the next one.